Well, good morning, and it's very early in the morning. It's a little before sunrise. Sunrise is actually at 5 o'clock. And we're woken ourselves up early, although I think we've dozed overnight. I don't know whether we've necessarily slept brilliantly well. So that's the direction of sunrise. I'm just keeping an eye on it. What I'm going to do is make a coffee. If the light kicks off, we'll start taking pictures. If not, we'll make the coffee and then we'll try and come up with a composition and maybe do a bit like we did last night, some long exposures, and we'll see what happens. So yeah, it's another day. It looks as though it's going to be reasonable. I think if we get some pictures, we might go back to bed. Try and see if we can get the tent to dry out a bit before we take it down. Yeah, we'll see. So I mean, there's definitely some light in that direction. Now, whether we're going to get any colour is another thing. So as I say, we'll get a coffee on the go, and then we'll see what happens. So we'll see you a little bit later. Right. Well, we've been trying to capture some images. We've been trying different things. You can see there now that the sun's actually coming out. It's slightly further around than I thought it was, but we've had no colour. So I've gone from sort of wide angle to with long exposures to a more intimate thing. I mean, if I show you the back of the camera there for the most recent, we're zoomed right in on the island there and the trees. So it's interesting. Well, whichever images are best we'll put up on the video after this. I think we're just going to go, because it's still very, very early for me anyway. It's probably about 6 o'clock now. So I think what we're going to do is just pack up and just have a few more, another half an hour in bed. Then we'll get up, have some breakfast, and then we'll head off to is it Placefell, I think? And see what we can get from there. So yeah, I mean, you can see the reflections just from the video here. The reflections in the Tarn are quite interesting. So yeah, I'll maybe take one or two more images, and as I said, then we're going to go back to bed for a little while. As the sun comes out, it'll dry the tent out, etc. So I prefer the tent to be dry when we put it down. So, right, yep, whatever, we'll see you a little bit later. Right, well, I've had some breakfast, bit of a relaxation in the tent before we packed up, and as you can see, if we look down there, there's no evidence. There've actually been maybe a bit of squashed grass, but that'll soon bounce back. The only possible bit of litter is I have a sort of small cloth that goes in partly to protect the stove from scratching, and I seem to have lost that. So it's either in the rucksack somewhere, or it's got lost in with something else, or it's blown away. And I've had a good look around and I can't see it, so I'm not going to spend hours hunting for it. And it could have got put in the tent and got wrapped up in the tent. When we get home, we'll air the tent so we can see if it's in there. So yeah, other people are packing up, as you can see down there. They're packing up. People there. I reckoned there was a good 12, 13, 14 tents last night. So anyway, I'm going to go to Placefell, see if we can get some images of Ullswater from there, and then back to Patterdale. So right, we'll just see you a bit later. Right, well, we've dropped back down to Boresdale, or Boredale Hawes, which is which is here, which we came up, and the path we came up is off in that direction, but there's a path there, and we're going to go up there, Placefell, see what we can see from the top there. So we'll drop down to the horse itself, and then there's a path going up that way, and we'll see what we can find. So yeah, looks quite a long way up. I think it's the highest summit in this area. So anyway, we'll see you a little bit later. Right, well, we've stopped on the way up. It's nice. I did a stop slightly earlier for a breather, and it is nice to stop for a breather, but the reason I've stopped is that view of Brotherswater and the fells behind. The light keeps changing, so I will keep taking images, and we'll just see which one comes out the best, because the light does keep changing. So I mean, not the intensity, but the bits that are lit and that, and you can see the camera there, and that's, yeah. I mean, I'm doing it portrait. Whether I'll keep it as 4x6, 4x6, or whether I'll narrow it down to 4x5, or whatever, or that, or 3x4, I don't know, even a square crop. We'll see how it comes out on the computer, but yeah, the change in light is quite impressive. So yeah, we'll just stay here a little while, take some more, and then we'll carry on. I think the path here is just a little bit not quite as steep, so the top's up there somewhere. The other thing I might like to do, if there's any more, that there have been the RAF in its F-35s have been flying around, so if I get one coming along and got a prior warning and get the 70 to 200 on, we'll see if we can get some images. I'm not sure about that, but anyway, which ones of these are best we'll put up, and then we'll carry on up to the top of Placefell. So we'll see you a bit later. Right, well, we've made it to the top of Placefell. As you can see, there's the trig point. And it's certainly one of the highest places around, because you get a stunning view looking round. I'll try and put some of the names up on the video, so yeah, you can see looking towards Pooley Bridge and Ullswater there, or the far end of Ullswater, and then the Pennines out there. And coming round, we've got Blencathra and some of the mountains round there, and some of the ones over here. And across there is Helvellyn, one of the more popular ones in the lakes. And across there we'll have Fairfield and St Sunday Crag. Is it Red Screes or something up there? And we've got Kirkstone Pass, the road going up there, beyond Brothers Water. Oh yeah, it's a magnificent view. I think I'm going to try and make a coffee, have a mooch around, and maybe come up with some compositions. So anyway, we'll see you a little bit later. Right, well, we've come up with our first composition from the top here. I'm not quite sure how well it will come out. The light's not brilliant, but I thought we'd get the juxtaposition between Ullswater in the distance there and the trig point here on the top of Place Fell. So that's the composition. We're relatively zoomed in. We're almost at 70 on the 24 to 70. So yeah, and what I have done, I've taken the image, captured the image, and was looking at it, and all the Ullswater and that is in focus. The trig point wasn't, so I focused in on that and that. So I will stack them on the computer. So I don't think it'll be a brilliant image, but yeah, that's the first composition. So and then I'm probably going to go over, just over to that bit over there, and see if we can get an image looking towards Helvellyn. So we'll see what we can do. The light's not brilliant. It's better over there than it was looking to Ullswater, so we'll see what we can do. So probably won't video any more of it, but any decent images I'll put up on the video, and we'll see you a bit later. Right, I'm more or less back at Patterdale. Just got to walk along this road and then the main road. So yeah, it's been a good couple of days. Shame about the weather. Yeah, it was good on the top of Place Fell, but unfortunately the light was extremely bland. But got a few images, so it gives an idea of what's possible. I think I've got some images that are quite reasonable over the last couple of days. Obviously yesterday was a separate video from today. So today we've been from Angle Tarn up to the top of Place Fell and now back to Patterdale. So yeah, I think we're on the right road. Are we? I'm confused here. Yeah, we're on the right road, I think. I thought it was more of a definite road. Right, I'm just going to look at the map just to see. Let's just have a quick look. Oh, where are we? No, we're on the wrong road. Oh, right. Yeah, I see there's a car over. We're taking a turning off onto this track. I thought the road was more of a made-up road. I'm not quite sure how we got it wrong, but we did. So, and I'm pleased I'm just about finished because it's actually starting to rain, which I think there was a few spots overnight. I could hear them on the side of the tent, but it was quite sunny at one point this morning, I think, while I was just relaxing in the tent, and it dried it off. Shame it wasn't as sunny at sunrise, but never mind. So yeah, I'm tending to just ramble on time. So yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, please click the thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing, why not subscribe? And if there was anything you thought about, please comment. Much appreciate all comments, and they do help the channel. I am trying to grow this channel. I was just thinking it'd be nice if we had by the end of July, although this video won't affect that because this will be going out in August, because we're nearly at the end of July. It'd be nice if we could get to, by the end of July or slightly into August, if we could hit the 400 subscribers mark. That would be brilliant. That would really make my day, that. So I'm not quite sure what we're going to do next. I haven't quite decided yet. I'll have to have a think. I am thinking, I know majority people come here to see the Lake District, but I am thinking of possibly nipping over to the Yorkshire Dales at some point, just to get something a bit different. I know the Lake District, particularly for those that don't live here, is awe-inspiring and is brilliant, and it is. But doing it day in, day out, sometimes you just want something a little bit different. So yeah, that's maybe a thought. If anybody's got any suggestions of where they'd like me to go, where I haven't been, and that, yeah, please add it in a comment, and I'll bear that in mind. So one of these days I'll come up with a list of places where I'm going to go, rather than this, oh, where shall I go today? Although this one, as I've thought about for a long time, of coming and camping out at Angle Tarn and hopefully getting a nice either sunset or sunrise image. Unfortunately, maybe the images weren't as good as they could do, but as in a lot of landscape photography, you've got to be in it to win it. If you just go out on somewhere one occasion hoping to get that epic picture, you're probably going to be disappointed. You've got to keep going back, and if you go enough often, you'll strike lucky on one occasion, and you'll get the weather and the light that you wanted. So, but yeah, so anyway, I am rambling, so as I say, we'll see you on the next video.